Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And today we have a pretty big update, but before we get into any of that, I want to quickly say thank you all so much for always stopping by and for all the support. It's really been an amazing journey, and I really appreciate every single one of you watching. You guys are always subscribing and pressing the like button and stuff like that. I just really freaking appreciate it, man. I just thought I should quickly let you guys know. Now, World Economic Forum just let go of a new report, which we all found really interesting. People went crazy about it over on Twitter, and I thought I should also quickly share it with you guys. It is called Cryptocurrencies, A Guide to Getting Started. Global Future Council on Crypto, Community Paper, June 2021. And community paper actually is not as much community as you would think, because community in this case still means some of the leading people in cryptocurrencies, which, for example, Uniswap, CLO or Chief Legal Officer, Danielle Dixon, the CEO of Stellar, for an example, and some of the guys you most likely know by name already. I know, for example, Mariana here as well. And you can also see some of the reviewers. This co-authors are people who actually write it down. The reviewers are basically people who have to give their seal of approval before it can come out. And one of those guys is actually Brad Garlinghouse. But that's all aside. What is it actually about? Well, there's actually just an overview of how cryptocurrencies can be used in real life. And in a basic sense, really a start to finish type of guide, which really skips over a lot of important parts, but it's a how it could start from the basis to how it can really be implemented in the real world. And one of the things which they mention as an example is technologies that throughput and scalability stand in the middle of, basically. So XRPL is mentioned as one of them. Quote, the XRP ledger is a global open source public blockchain that focuses on payments as a use case. XRP boasts 1,500 transactions per second, costs $0.003 per transaction, and it settles in 3 seconds. The following resources are available to learn more about scalability and XRPL. There's 3 little parts right here. Now, the reason I'm actually calling this out right now, even though I wanted to skip it, is for 2 reasons. One, there's a little list of cryptos here which should make you think about also checking them out, right? Because like, if the World Economic Forum recommends these cryptos, at least start talking about them, Celo here, something I've never heard about in my life, right? But now I'm going to check it out because, well, they mentioned it. The rest of these cryptos I've talked about before on the channel, so those we know. Second one, I would say, well, why are they putting XRPL above Solana? At first I thought, okay, maybe it is actually, in alphabetical order, but then they're going for XRPL above Solana and Stellar. Why? Just a quick little notice, it's like, why a little bit? I don't know, I found that kind of funny. But most importantly, the World Economic Forum in the report, which again is co-authored by a lot of these big names in the space. Let's quickly go back to it. A lot of these big names in the space have co-authored it. A lot of people have reviewed it. They all consider XRP to actually have use case, right? Because that's actually one of the first things that they say. That focuses on payments as a use case. Well, something that you should think about because the SEC says that XRP has no use case. Important and pretty damn cool. Then, it's actually to me kind of interesting how long this lawsuit has already been taking. Like, it's hard to believe that the XRP trading has already been restricted by a lot of exchanges in the US for like 5 months already by now. It's really starting to get kind of long, right? A lot of people are saying, oh, I hope this lawsuit doesn't take too long. If it really gets fixed in August, it's like 2 months. Okay, that wouldn't be too bad, But it's like, it flew by all this time. I don't know. Maybe because crypto took on such a surge that it's all a little bit less heavy to wait for it. Now, Crypto Bull on that note said he's still confident XRP will see $10 plus in 2021. One thing I just quickly did, guys, is actually go to the comment section or my description and changed the bonus for Bybit that it says right there. A lot of you guys were commenting, Dusty, the $2,600 bonus is over, which is true. All right, the $2,600 bonus, you can't get it anymore. Right now, the maximum, which one of the members from Bybit, literally one of the managers in Bybit told me is I'm just quickly fact checking it now right now, is $1,700 right now. Oh no, it's an email actually from Bybit themselves. They just tell you exactly how much you can win or get, I should say, by signing up. And one of the emails, I think it's in my Yeah, I have it in front of me. $1,705 plus 12% API plus cloud mining plus trading competition. And then again, you can see exactly how it's split up, basically how you can win the $1,705. So no, it's not a joke. No, it's not fake. It's literally free money, but there is a couple of steps to it. But again, that is going on right now. That's again because why am I talking about this Bybit stuff? Is the exchange I'm using, specifically that I'll be using if XRP gets a verdict. And once we get a verdict, I do believe that XRP can see some of these higher prices. You guys by now most likely know as well that I always have an XRP long open, always. I'm trying to get my average price as low as possible because I do think the chance of going to, for example, $20 per XRP is way higher than the chance of going to 0 for XRP. And again, I will not get out of my position unless we go really to about 30 cents or so per XRP. And I'm willing to take that bet. Is it smart? That's debatable, but it's the right choice for me. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a random guy on the internet. And I take this trade because I think it's going to make me a lot of money. And yeah, I've also said a couple of times before that the thing with Bybit and some other exchanges, by the way, too, if you have the right bonuses, is that you don't really need a lot of money let me say it differently. You don't need to risk your own money too much to do some of these trades if you are good at leveraging bonuses. Whenever there's a bonus out there, or if you can win a trading competition or participate, always do it. Because in the end, if you get a bonus, a very small bonus, for example, $200, $50, $10, that stuff can make you so much money because you're completely outside of your mental game. Like, trading for a good part is mental, and a lot of people don't recognize that until they're trading with fake money. But that's also why trading with a demo account is so different than with your real money. Having $5 million on the demo account is such a different scenario than having $5 million in the real account, because you're going to do a lot safer if you have a real account where, again, maybe in your demo account you made a freaking ton of money, right? You wouldn't do that, though, with your other. But in my opinion, this is, again, reading. In my opinion, there were /are two best times to buy in March of 2020, below 20 cents, and now below $1. To me, I would never say that that's the truth. I wouldn't say right now is the best time to buy because, well, like last week we saw 65 cents, or no, it's like already 3 weeks ago, maybe. I'm not sure exactly when. 2 weeks ago, maybe. So I can't really say that with my, complete honesty and integrity. But I can say that I do believe that whatever price we're at right now, that it's still a good risk to reward ratio. Can I tell you guys to buy right now? Of course not. I can never tell anybody to buy or sell any crypto. I would never do that. What I can tell, however, is that I personally think it is still a good place. Then again, if you look at the comments section, look at the amount of hatred, don't take my word for it. Are we over? Is the bearish run going to continue on? Well, we have the death cross, which is still looming, and we did get the Bitcoin closing below the 21 weekly EMA. But with the big surge that we saw today, the downside is a little bit less likely. Then again, you never really know. So I personally said before, I am waiting for a bigger dip to actually start buying in heavily. But you decide what you got to do. Ripple. Valuable, scalable, efficient, cost-effective. Lower your organization's cost of capital with Ripple's line of credit solution. I don't actually want to read too much into the line of credit at all because we've talked about this a bazillion times. What I do want to kind of make you guys aware of is that Ripple has told us once, twice, 3 times, I'm not sure exactly how often, that this is actually all just their first vertical. This cross-border payments realm is one of the first priorities of Ripple, but it will shift over and they'll think of more and more things to do with XRP and just to do as a company as a whole as well, like Amazon, for example. That's one part of things. The other part, I guess I kind of lost my train of thought there. It's just basically that Ripple has right now a broader vision. Oh yeah, the second part is that I think something we'll talk about a little bit later in another video, I'm not sure exactly, is how XRP price is being manipulated or used or changed by Ripple. A lot of people have been asking me that question. I want to make a video about it, explaining exactly what I think the links are and what they'll be in the near future. But I guess I don't have the article open, so it's most likely going to be a completely different video. Then, what about Matic and Aave is frankly going to be madness? Well, Matic, layer 2 solution for Ethereum. Aave, of course, a complete ecosystem on its own with a decentralized finance, are obviously ridiculously great, right? And Polygon/Aave are working together, obviously, for an even better experience, as that's again what Polygon's mission was set out to be, to create the perfect interoperability, but also just a lot more efficiency for those projects like Aave, for example. Now, a lot of people were really skeptical on Matic because they said it's so new, there's so many unknown factors, there's so many scams. Yet again, with Aave, I haven't really seen anybody being negative or skeptical. It's just a question of how much of an adoption will it get? But one of the things which they talk about in this article is actually the fact that Aave is picking up such a huge organizational structure by actually taking this whole DeFi thing very freaking seriously. I've thought about it for a good little while, and it's really the truth that I see too. Like, Aave is no joke anymore. Polygon / Matic, with the investment that they just recently got, same thing for a couple of other projects like Solana, with the amount of investments that they're getting, it's no joke anymore. It's not a small thing anymore. No, these are serious big boy projects, and they're really, really, really going to make a severe dent in the traditional financial realm. Be careful with this. DeFi is still kind of scary, still kind of sketchy, but I do think DeFi will be so extremely important, and I really can't fathom DeFi not being like huge in the near future. So please guys understand that DeFi might be something you can't really get rid of. And on my bank account, if you have, I just got an email like last week. If you have above 100,000 euros in your bank or above $1 million, maybe it's my business account, I'm not sure exactly which one, you have to freaking pay interest on that to have it on a bank account. How ridiculous has it gotten now? You have to pay money to store your money in the bank. How dumb is that? So, well, from that perspective, logically, right, the most logical thing in the world, it's DeFi or nothing, right? Or investing into stocks or stuff, but DeFi is like more of a risk-free type of thing. Now, Bitcoin's death cross could be a contrarian buy signal. I wanted to quickly mention this one because I do believe that in some way, shape, or form, the death cross itself, since it's so anticipated, everybody's looking out for it, it could actually be more of a buy than a sell. Because if you think about it, if everybody's anticipating the sell, the institutions will do exactly the opposite thing, which is maybe what we should anticipate and move on towards too. Then crypto exchanges start dropping coins. This and the last two articles are kind of together. Upbit raises investment warning on 25 altcoins, and Upbit raises investment warning on 25 altcoins. Okay, it's actually the same thing. This one is summarized. That was it. Now, the reason I covered this one is because there's a fun dynamic happening, and that is because people are scared of regulations and of kind of these newer sanctions for exchanges or these newer investigations that they're partially warning you for some of these scam coins. Like, for example, what country was it now, guys? I don't remember now. Was it Thailand or something like that, where they banned meme coins and some of those stupid-ass things? Well, think about it. As that moves on, and that becomes a standard, which I do think might happen, that a lot of these meme-inspired coins or things which are just, literally easily put are scams or things to just grab some quick money without any real use. Will I still put my money into them? Well, most likely yes, because I do think there's a lot of potential. Are they meant to make the founders a lot of money and that's basically it? They'll think of a use along the way? Yes, that's also the truth. Now, with that said, there's more and more warnings, and there's also more of a shift from listing as many coins as possible to maybe, funny enough, in a couple of months from now on, a lot of coins actually getting massively delisted. I know obviously that coins get delisted all the time, but I'm talking about massively delisting every coin that's not perfect or has not the perfect credentials or the perfect this, that. And crypto might become a lot more quote-unquote centralized as the exchanges might become a little bit more, drawn in. Not everyone, because for example, all those exchanges in the Seychelles and all those places where the regulations are kind of simple, they're not going to change too much. But for a lot of these companies, they have some proper EU licenses, for example. For those ones, it's going to be really hard to operate with a lot of these scam coins, which is why often you'll see that these not so properly regulated crypto exchanges or a Binance, which again has a really, really difficult structure, the guys that are not so regulated will have a ton of coins on there, and the ones that are really properly regulated have like only top coins. You might be wondering like, oh, why is that? Why is that so? Once more, like I just said, it's because there's certain risks involved, and there's also, of course, this money laundering that you want to kind of look with and think about. But I'm just quickly warning you guys for that one too, that there might be a certain wave with scare for regulations that they're going to severely and heavily get cryptos off exchanges. Might also be so they're going to do that because of security violations or when Ripple loses this lawsuit and they just don't want to get sued for every other crypto out there. But we'll see. The XP loss is going to be the most important one for that one. I'm also wondering if, due to the EOS verdict that we got yesterday, if some exchanges will be sued for that or not. But let us see, let us wait. And yeah, that was it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. And I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video. But once more, guys, I think it's really worth it to subscribe to the channel if you are enjoying the daily crypto news.